You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
You don't break my soul. Everybody.
Does that make you want to vote?
Hey, yo,
Look, after the weekend.
I was about to say, hey, fam. Hey, whoa. I mean, hey, man, I'll just say this, man. If dance music is on its way back, that's cool, but it takes the two, I guess, most popular artists in the world to do it.
Of course.
But, I mean, I like Beyonce's song. It's not something that I'm running to cut on, though, either. It's kind of like, you know how you feel about Whitney Houston's I'm Every Woman?
Yeah.
Dope song, right?
Yeah.
But if you go press play on the Whitney Houston song, that's not the one you're cutting on, right?
Nah.
But it's a dope song, though, right?
Right.
That's how I feel about this. Like, hey, dope song, but I'm not going to say, hey, yo, let me go bump this.
Right, yeah.
Trust me, I understand that that type of song has its place.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's interesting, so I actually just listened to it today. I've been like hearing the clips and all this and all that on like social media and stuff, but I actually listened to the full song today, and it's cool. Like I enjoyed it. My thing about dance house music is like it doesn't need a lot of words, and I think that's my biggest issue with Drake's album. Like he doing way too much. Like just let the music rock.
And the thing is, right? I seen a lot of people calling hypocrisy on the Drake slander and not slandering Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
No, two things can be true. What Drake did was not good, and Beyonce did was better than what he did.
Right.
Like I don't think it's the best Beyonce song I've ever heard, but I think that is a good rendition of what house music could be, or a dance track could be. I don't think we've reinvented the wheel because there's been a lot of Beyonce slander these days. I don't know what's going on with it's a lot. Like, I mean, more than normal, right?
More than normal, yeah.
But it's just like, I think it's always backlash to fans. Like, I don't know if anybody tried to Beyonce reinvented the wheel because she's one of the most popular, well, no, not the most popular artists in the world, and she decided to make a dance track. Mm-hmm. We know that there's people at the bottom that make these songs too.
Yeah, and I mean,
I think that's where the backlash I've seen come from. Namely, Azalea Banks.
Oh yeah, and yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I think the song that she sampled, which the name of the song is escaping me right now.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the most popular dance records like of all time. So I feel like it's kind of a cheat code.
Oh,
when Beyonce did it.
Okay.
Damn it, I'm so mad at the name of the song is not coming to my mind right now.
I'm not familiar with house music.
It's like like on the tip of my tongue.
I got you.
But I think because the sample, of course, is Beyonce, she gonna give you the vocals.
Yeah.
She gonna give you a message in the song, like, you know, it all meshes well. Yeah. So again, I don't think it's the greatest Beyonce song, but it's definitely like the shit it's gonna get played.
Oh no,
it's gonna get played, and people gonna be moving. I'm gonna be dancing to it. So yeah.
Exactly. Like, hey man, that should go. I don't care what nobody say. But
she didn't. From what I heard, she didn't actually tell people to go quit their jobs. She just said,
if you're that goofy,
like, come on, man.
If you are that goofy,
I was like, wait, this is what y'all? Nah, y'all gotta listen and comprehend.
But I mean, like I said, like she's not the first artist to jump out there and make dance music. Hey man. Think of all your favorite artists. They probably have jumped out there and tried something different, right? Mm-hmm. I remember Diddy made a dance song probably like 2015 with Pharrell. You remember Finna Get Loose?
I go. Sing that.
You finna get loose. You finna get loose. It's not a rap song.
I don't think I remember that.
Hey, that song goes tough though.
The name of the song she sampled is called "Show Me Love."
Okay.
You got to show me love. Like, anybody that knows dance house music knows that song because it's one of the most popular songs. So that's what she sampled. So
right, we'll play Puff Daddy and the Family Finna Get Loose after. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do anything since we're recording.
Got you.
Hey, it's all tough, but it's if you break it down, it's a dance track. Like it's just him and Pharrell chanting. They're not rapping.
Got you. But see, that's what you should do on dance records. You should. You don't need verses. You don't need none of that. You just need a chant, and we good.
Diddy said, "Hey, this is why I fuck with Diddy so much. He talks so much shit on this song. He said, hey, look, this is God's work, baby. I got nothing to do with this." He said, hey, if they doing what they supposed to do, they'll be right beside me, baby. I said, hey, yo.
Oh, nah. He talking. He was talking. What album was that on?
It was just a Lucy.
Oh, just
a song that him and Pharrell made.
Oh, that's random. But
it's a
wait, like, what year? You remember?
2015.
Oh, damn. How I missed that?
Because it wasn't associated with anything. I think he just made it. I don't think it has a video.
Just here.
Just here. Take it. But that's exactly what it did. I ain't saying Diddy's a pioneer in that, but he definitely dropped a dance track.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play that because I want to hear that.
Oh, it goes tough. It might be my song of the week. I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
Turn up then. All right, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 150.
150. I don't even have an AKA this week because I fumbled on it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It happens.
I know it happens.
It's okay.
I'll be back for 151.
Facts. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the Podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. And if you want to follow us individually, I am the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm JON2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Holla at us.
Yes, sir. Johnny.
My guy.
What's going on, bro? How you feeling today, man?
Your boy is exhausted. I am exhausted. I'm tired. Haven't been able to take a nap. I've been teaching tennis for like 100 hours the last 2 days. Like, fam, I'm tired.
Hey, man, you have just unloaded the clip on our listeners, man. Like, they don't come here to hear how washed you are. Well, maybe me.
Like, I'm washed too.
Johnny be outside with it. I'm just,
we was just talking about this, and I'm like the most non-outside I've ever been. Like ever right now. Like I haven't been able to get my footing on being outside because I just been
and the roles have actually like
reversed.
They reversed for me this time.
Ralph been out here.
Hey man, look, catch me out
Ralph
here.
Been out here, man.
Catch me.
Low key jealous, but priorities, I guess.
Hey, man, look, I have cheap, clean fun. Don't worry about me, man. I don't be.
Hey man, me too.
We talked about this, right? You know how people be posting in their stories and stuff like that. I'm outside, I'm here, I'm there. I'm like, nobody cares that I'm at these places. Man. Trust me, nobody.
They wouldn't care about me, but I still want to be there.
Right? Yeah, I just want to be there. But I don't think nobody like watches my stories in envy.
You never know. As many times as you and I have had people come up to us and, just random people that we didn't even know, like listen to the pod or watch the pod on YouTube. Like, I'm almost certain there's at least 7 people that be like, damn.
I just get compliments on the gym. And it really be like, hey man, I see you lifting in the gym. Nobody said I lost weight, but they see you.
Well, I think because you do post so frequently, it's kind of difficult to see the progress.
Yeah,
I think,
posting.
But
No, that's what's up.
But outside of that, man, I ain't got time for shit else. I be busy.
Man, look, catch me in the gym. That's where I be at, man, for real.
The gym and outside.
outside
the gym.
Outside is technically the gym.
It's a part of outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Look, there you go. But I ain't got. Random.
Yeah.
I actually went and saw the newest Jurassic World.
Oh, yo.
Did you go see it?
Nah, I did not. I reneged on it. I was like, man, I won't save my $5. I'm straight.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. As somebody that has probably only seen like the first Jurassic Park, maybe the second one. I actually really enjoyed this one.
I've seen all of them. If you've seen the one before this one, you'll probably be pissed off. Like,
so of course, like the Jurassic World cast, Chris Pratt and all that.
Yeah.
they found a way to incorporate the main cast from the original Jurassic Parks, and I thought the way that they were able to do that and all come together through the plot was actually done really well. And I personally think you might actually enjoy how they all end up together.
Okay, we'll see.
So I mean, if you go see it, I definitely want to come back and talk about
this.
it.
This is the thing. I'm gonna watch it.
Okay.
I haven't gone on my way to go see it yet.
You gonna wait till you're streaming, or you gonna
probably?
Okay, got you.
But I definitely will watch it. Don't get me wrong. Though I'm invested in the Jurassic World films. Just not enough. Like that. Trust me, that last film pissed me off so much. I
feel like this might be a good closing to the series or whatever. Now again, this is coming from somebody that ain't seen.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm about to say. If you've seen the other two before this, you'd be like, hey, yo, like look, like we're past this. Like help me here.
But see now I really want you to watch it because I want to know your take on it since you have.
I got you. I've seen all of them. I'm investing in all of them, and as trash as some of them have been, it's just like I watched them.
Mm-hmm. But Thor comes out in 2 weeks, baby.
Yeah.
Out here.
Hey man, let's get to this, man. Off the dome. Man, I'm glad you kind of went there, and it kind of ties into my off the dome question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever cosigns have been like a big thing in music, especially in rap, right?
Right.
Cosigns mean the world, right? And it kind of has you blindly go into this brand, hey, I'm gonna fuck with them because they said this or they're in their camp. Who do you regret? You know what I'm saying? Buying into a brand of a cosign. And I'll give you my answer if it maybe helps you out.
Okay.
I'll say D12. Listen, the Eminem hype train was really, really big, obviously in the mid to early 2000s, and we brought in those trash niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Let's not do that.
Trash. Trash.
Damn.
I ain't saying some of them couldn't rap, but altogether this whole thing is
as
trash.
as
a collective, trash.
That's trash.
And nobody sits here and says they uphold a D12 Devil Knight album or nothing like that. Nobody says that. I bought that album.
I think I did too, actually.
That was just the power of branding and cosigns, and we just ran into it.
Damn. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
A brand that I regret. Honestly, when you asked the question, the first thing I really thought about was Sean John.
Oh, okay.
They really had us out here
clothes.
wearing shiny jean suits and Fat Albert on our backs and jeans and shit. It's a nasty time. In hindsight, it's nasty times. But I remember people coming to school trying to be like.
Technically, that does fall under the cosign brand type of thing. Yeah, I was thinking music, but no, that's an acceptable answer though.
Okay,
because it's still we bought into the hype of it.
For real, I remember everybody coming to school trying to figure out who had the hardest Sean John fit on. Yours not as shiny as mine, and all that kind. It was bad. It was a terrible time. Terrible time.
Yeah.
Is that worse than Tall T? Period. I think I say yes. Tall T's was nasty, but
honestly, they bled in together because I can see the big jacket over the Tall T.
Facts.
My God. It was just after so long we got rid of the denim, the denim up top.
Yeah, right. Just took the jacket off.
Yeah, took the jacket off.
This Tall T kind of hard.
Yeah.
No. That's crazy. That's a good question though. Good question. All right, so for my off the dome, straight to it. If you could be a teenager in a different decade, which decade would you want to be a teenager in? So we grew up teenagers in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could change the decade or the era that you were a teenager, which era would you want to be a teenager in?
70s. The 70s is that period of black freedom and expression and all that great stuff. You get some of the best music from the 70s. Cocaine is the most pure in the 70s. You can really experiment on some stuff. And I think if you want to relocate, it's not as, I don't think you're so constricted to certain things, and you can absorb all this stuff. And then by the time the 80s come out, you got crack and gangs and all that crazy stuff. The 70s just seemed like the most peaceful time to be a teenager. So I'm looking at this thing holistically, baby.
Yeah. I like that. That's not bad. For me, I'm going with the 90s. If I could be like a preteen in like the early 90s and like go through high school and college in the late 90s, I think I would thoroughly enjoy that. Like, of course, I love 90s hip hop and R&B, but growing up in the 2000s, like I wasn't there like at its peak. So if I could actually enjoy that in its peak, I think I would really like, I don't know, I think I would really flourish in that era. And then from what my mom was telling me, that was back when like Clinton and shit was in office, right? Mm-hmm. She was telling me back then like money was just flowing all the time. It was real easy to like maybe get a side hustle. Like, you know, she was a teacher, so you have your main job, but it's so easy to like do other things and get more money. So I think if I was able to be a teenager then, it would have been a lot easier for me to like come up with new ways to do different things. And then as a teenager then, I'd be able to get into like internet and all that stuff more, and like the .com era and all that stuff more. I just feel like I would flourish more if I was a teen in the 90s.
I was about to say, well, some of that stuff isn't applicable to a teenager though. Like side hustles and stuff like that. That's for a working class person.
Well, I'm saying when I get to the point where I'm like in college, like 18, 19, 20.
Oh.
So if I'm a preteen like the early 90s, by the time the late 90s hit, I'm, you know, college bound. That type of thing. So I feel like I would really flourish in the 90s as a teenager.
Okay. That was just his love letter to the 90s, because I was like, all right.
Yeah, basically. So that's off the dome. If you could be a teenager in any other decade, let us know what decade that would be.
Oh yeah, and what brand did you buy into that you really regret? Music, or even in Johnny's answer, fashion. So yeah. OS gang, what up? What's happening? We got a lot to get to. Ain't gonna take
Where do
long
we
to
start?
get to. No. No. We gonna start. We was disrespectful, mostly you, but disrespectful. I'm putting this on you.
That's okay. Listen. I am here.
The fact that you know where we're going.
No. I'm here. Let's do it.
We had a Verzuz, and we probably wouldn't even talk about this at first, but this is how big it got. We had a Verzuz that went down this past Thursday of R&B Kings. It was headlined by Mario and Omarion, with the undercard of Sammy, Pleasure P, Ray J, and who did I miss? Bobby Valentino.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on.
So much.
It was a lot going on. But Johnny, react, because it was a lot.
All right, we got to start with the undercard.
Yeah.
What such a beautiful train wreck. Like, it was just, first of all, I think it was just way too much testosterone on the stage. Everybody trying to outdo the other person. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I enjoyed the ratchetness of it all. Now, I personally underestimated Pleasure P. That's me. That's me personally.
Well, you've never been in Pretty Ricky, have you?
Say it again.
You never been into Pretty Ricky, have you?
I mean, I know they had joints, but they not like something I'm going to.
No, you weren't into it then.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go.
No, because if you was into it, you would have understood.
Yeah. So, shout out to Pleasure P. My apologies, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody did okay except Ray J. Like, of course, Sammy can actually sing, but I think Sammy's songs didn't hit the way he thought they did. Bobby V can't really sing anymore, but his songs still hit for me. I think all the Pleasure P shit hit, and then there's Ray J. And then there's Ray J. And then there's Ray J.
Okay. That was a good way of saying it.
It's true. It's high assisted.
Sammy has probably I think he had the second best vocal range of the night, and it displayed beautifully.
Oh,
right?
agreed.
Like, but he ain't got the songs. He clearly ain't got the songs. That's why he was trying to sing everybody else shit. But okay,
word.
This Verzuz, and we're sticking to the undercard right now because we got to get to the main card. You know what I'm saying? But the undercard, it was a lot of testosterone.
It was so much,
and it realized that like how much Ray J and Sammy didn't have, and how much Pleasure P and Bobby V actually did have. So it's kind of like they could have just been the undercard by themselves if you kind of looked at it through that lens, right?
Yep.
Because the undercard was extremely too long. You had D. Ray Davis hosting, which I think he did a good job for us, what he was dealing with.
Right.
Because it was a lot that he had to kind of manage. And then like the disrespect flying around, yo, like
and for what? Like,
look, I was with all things. Like, I was with all things watching this shit. Like, I was just like, fam, why are they talking so spicy to each other? And this is the other thing you got to realize, right? We forget that because of the target demo of R&B dudes, like we don't think of them as men still. We kind of emasculate them in that way because you don't think that an R&B dude is a street dude, like he don't fight or he don't have like he doesn't have like that bravado in that way.
Yeah.
No.
Nah. Hey, from what I've seen, like I would say the last 5, 6, 7 years, like the R&B dudes may be more street than like the rap.
And this is the thing too, like when you rap, it's mostly dudes in the crowd.
Also true.
Now, when you go to an R&B concert, it's nothing but women, and you know how dudes get
when
in front of the women
nah,
around.
Big fact.
So
Okay, nah, you right.
The women
you
around,
right.
Sammy being super spicy, and Ray J was like, "Hey, whose man's?"
Whose man's?
Like, I could tell, like he was like, "Hey, whose man's is this?" Like he was
Ray?
like, "Lil Sammy," he was like, "Big Sammy," he was like, "Lil," like he kept calling. Hey, it was a lot of Lils being thrown around. Lil Bob, Lil Sammy, like it was like, "Hey, yo, like the spice."
I think Ray J had the bat phone. He was ready to call somebody. Like I saw it in Ray J's face. And not to mention, all three of them started harmonizing One Wish in the back. Like, fam,
because how you mess up your soul that bad, and the memes that came from that moment.
My God, yo, that shit was so crazy.
It was a beautiful train wreck.
It
like,
was.
And me and Johnny was like, texting each other back and forth. Like, I'm trying to watch the draft. Shout out to EJ Liddell, East St. Louis native, who just got drafted second round to the Pelicans in the NBA. So I was trying to watch that and the Verzuz. I'm like, hey.
And Sammy, I feel like Sammy had the most barking energy, but he had on leather tank top.
But he didn't have the song.
He didn't.
Like you said, like you told me, what he couldn't do after I Like It. He said you dropped the mic. Like he's like, you can't drop the mic.
Oh no. You cannot. Oh no, you cannot drop the mic after you sing "I Like It."
But this is the thing. He had the hardest intros for the song. He's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like this song, I don't just do songs. I do movie soundtracks too. And this on Hardball, it had Lil Bow Wow, Lil Zane, the GOAT Lil Wayne. Nobody really cared about Lil Wayne at that point like that. Let's stop it. and then Sammy, produced by Jermaine Dupri. And then he went out there and
sang the hook. He sang the hook. And then rapped Bow Wow's verse.
It was nasty. It was so nasty.
He had... Sammy really had the most I'm the big dog energy and really had the least.
He had nothing to bring.
He had the least.
This nigga kicked off with "I'll Kiss You Through the Phone," and then told Bobby V, who sang a real R&B song, Blackberry Molasses, yeah, which is a classic R&B track. For those who know, that's not for the kids. Like, if you don't know, just go look it up. It was made in '96. Tupac loved it. You should love it too. I don't know, but he said, "Don't nobody know that shit outside of Atlanta." I was like, "Hey, we fighting." I was like, it was so many.
And that was out the gate. That was the first 2 songs that was performed. That was out the gate.
And then a lot of songs Sammy saying did not age well.
Give me what? Which one?
Like, I mean, I like it. The Hardball song, the Snap song, all them like, Jesus what? Christ. Kiss Me Through the Phone? The fuck out of here! Like, all the Ray J shit didn't age either.
Ray J didn't. Ray J's voice didn't age well. That's what happened there. He didn't prepare. And shout out to Brandy for still like supporting her brother.
I was about to say embarrassing Brandy in that way.
Fam, I know she gave him a good scolding after. Cause man, I can't even score that. Like it's no score.
It really should have been.
It was just so much.
It should have been Bobby Valentino and Pleasure P, and that would have been a little bit more easier to digest.
Oh, facts, big facts. We probably would not have had as much, big barking on the stage, but
and then we get to the 40-minute interlude because it took them that long to get whatever happened after the fact, after that undercard. Or, our headliners to finally get to the stage. Right. But we get our headliners, Mario and Omarion, Johnny.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'll kick this one off. Okay. I'd just like to say this. Mario Barrett, I would like to apologize. Yes. Because we said that it would be a long night for you, and no, you was the bully the whole night.
It was literally the complete opposite. Literally,
it was literally like watching the Lox and Dipset R&B version. Like it literally was like watching that. It's because we gave so much credence to what we saw on paper, and it still had to be performed out, and that's where we got it twisted, right?
And that's the most insane part, right? So you put me on to the fact that Mario can actually, like, I knew Mario could sing, but how well he can sing, you put me on to that, right? Yeah. But in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, this is Verzuz. Verzuz has gotten to a point where it's a performance thing, right? And I'm thinking it's Omarion. He performs his ass off. I'm thinking that's the energy Omarion is coming with, and he completely did not. He did not. So, again, Mario, I'm gonna bring the apology back. Not only do I need to apologize to Mario, I need to apologize to any Mario that ever existed. Mario, Super Mario, Luigi Mario, Mario Lopez, Mario Chalmers, Mario Andretti, like anybody named DeMario, like any Mario. I am apologetic because I was completely wrong in this. I was completely wrong.
And this is the thing, right? Mario, we know that his hits are way, like, they're limited compared to what Omarion can bring. Neither one of them got 20, and that's even with Omarion having B2K.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, nobody got 20 hits, all right? But Mario still get out there and talk shit and went and perform the B-side that nobody cared about. And it still sound good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the other thing. Mario went out there and performed like some of the, I think Omarion's music has aged a little bit better. Like with the stuff that you hear, like I ain't talking about the B2K stuff. I'm talking about his solo stuff,
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
I think his solo stuff is aged better. Now some Mario stuff, he got some duds in there. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, hey, look, that I remember that DNA album. That shit was not good to me. Like, you remember the loving you.
Yeah, I like this song.
But it sound like 2009. Like, no, that shit didn't age well. Like, what's the other joint? The other club joint. I was like, hey, nobody played that. I only think they played that in club back then. Like, it was not good. I think How Do I Breathe slapped though, and that was made then.
I think Mario.
No, it was after that.
I think Mario did a brand new song, like in his 20s, and
he started off with Just a Friend. But like in that first 5, it was a new song from the EP he put out, I think in 2021 or 2020. But that joint went hard. But Mario has aged better when it came to being an artist. Like, I think, he came out on the child stuff, but he's seemed way more mature than his contemporaries.
Yeah. And I'm so glad you said that because the past how many ever years, a year or two or whatever, Omarion has been on this whole I'm healed, my energy chakras are great and all that, and I feel like all of that has been dispelled now because
he looking real funny in the
like,
light. We gonna get to all that because it's been a big fallout after that. But let's stay to the verses so we can continue to give certain people their flowers. But Omarion brought out a few guests and all of them bombed.
You think even Tank? Kinda not. Damn. Yeah. I thought Tank was alright.
Tank was alright, but Tank can do better.
But okay, so I'm thinking maybe Tank did alright only because Omarion and Jeremiah did so bad.
Ooh. And then he brought out Omarion brought out I think another rapper or something like that. But it was just like it was a lot going.
He brought out Young Bird.
No, Ray J brought out Young Bird.
Oh shit! Damn, I'm tripping. Oh, that's right.
But it's just like. It was just so much. It's so much, and then Mario shit talking A1 Perico, like it top tier. Like when Jeremiah came out and he was cracking and hitting all them notes, he's like, "Hey, y'all stop, man." And then Jeremiah went and tried to do another song, He was like, "Hey, stop, please."
He said, "Don't bring nobody else out on stage that's off key. Don't do it." And yeah, facts.
And then I didn't know Mario had this much smoke for Omarion.
So me either, but I think it's because people like you and I was like,
yeah. Well, this is the other thing too, right? And it kind of gets. I love the word nuance. Check the OS gang. I've been saying this a lot lately, but when you have someone that actually has a vocal range, talent, and ability, but the machine pushed you. So maybe this is my little get back.
Ooh, got you.
My little get back because Mario has some stuff that happened to him, even though I think he had a decent run when the machine was pushing him, but certain things just kind of fell apart. Omarion has given chance after chance after chance, and it seems like he's still what the people kind of push in the door, because you got to think about that B2K run, his first 2 solo albums, the Bow Wow collaborative album, like
the
even
Maybach
the
Old.
Maybach Old, and then even the stuff that kind of shortly came after that.
Yep.
And then
And now the fucking Millennium Tour.
Exactly. So you getting all of that, where Mario, he ain't doing none of that. But Mario's music is better.
Right.
So especially if you're talking about comparing on the tail end, like, Mario has a complete range of like bodies of work.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, right? So at this point, do you think Omarion's performance in the Verzuz hurts his stock as an artist?
Absolutely. Like, I mean, people, I don't know. It's hard for me to say, like, if this is going to affect booking and things like that, because he's still Omarion. He's still going to be a heartthrob to women. So people are going to go out in droves to see him, especially if he's part of like a Millennium Tour type situation. But now we get into everything else, because the fallout is becoming real nasty with B2K. Like the stuff that he was saying on stage about them being background dancers and things like that. And now they exposing this man, which is like, everybody was chilling. And this is the thing, like, B2K was a group that came and went. We didn't ask for it, but yet we're here. Like, it's probably the most manufactured we've probably seen in a while. Like, and yet they're always in the wheelhouse. Like, these niggas never go away because of petty inside stuff.
And I feel like that's going away now. Like with the Verzuz happening, and now the fallout, like the wildest fallout that has happened between those four. Yeah, I don't think they could come back from this. Like as a group.
No.
It's no way.
They exposed like his vocals like not being used on tracks. They exposed that he's not even part owner of the name B2K. Everybody else owns it.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Nasty. I'm like, that is like the work is being exposed. And then like Jay Boog was talking about, I think Boog is probably the closest to Omarion when it comes to just them being, I don't even know what to call them, because that nigga called them co-workers at a point.
And see,
like
that's what's super nasty, right? If they were all still friends or on one accord or whatever, that could have been a moment in the Verzuz with them coming out to perform some B2K shit. That could have been a moment, and maybe would have got him some more rounds.
And then Mario, he brought out the fake B2K.
Yo, fam, that shit was so funny.
Okay, and then
I really thought that was them at first.
And then he brought out, Mario brought out the "You Got Served" skit. Like, we didn't ask for that, fam. Like, we did not ask for Tommy the Clown.
We really did not.
We did not ask for these kids to come out and crump. This is not.
And then Mario say, "How appropriate! You got the clowns out here."
Hey, yo.
Fam, the shit talking was on 100, bro. I love it.
And then he was like, "I know you wanted to be a part of Millennium Tour. He's like, you want to be that raggedy shit."
Right.
I said, "Hey,
come on." Hey.
Like, and then slide off to sing a song. Hey, you have to throw hands, not notes after that. Notes should be the last thing.
He wasn't throwing those no way, so it don't matter. It don't matter. He wasn't throwing shit. Spitting out watermelon seeds apparently, but he wasn't throwing no notes. Why are we doing this? Why are we just got past Juneteenth? Why are we doing this?
You know who I want to show right now? The ladies. You know, that is y'all fault. That is the monster y'all created. I remember all the Willow Word Up magazines and shit y'all was putting in your lockers back in the day. That's y'all king, huh? Stand by him. No, that's y'all man.
Yeah.
I'm
heard.
I'm hating a little bit.
I know. It's okay. Numerous of my women friends, when they were kids and teens, they had the Omarion and the B2K posters all on their walls at home, in their bedrooms, and in their lockers, kissing that shit. Oh, I'm headed to math class. I'll see you later, Omar. No, this is what y'all created.
That's y'all king.
This is what y'all created.
He up there eating watermelon. Then he handed it to somebody after he was done. Like, hey, yo.
Bro, we are still in COVID. What are we doing? We really passing half-eaten watermelon to people in the crowd. Y'all created this.
Yeah, they definitely.
You built him up only for him to fall. So again, Mario. What's Mario's last name?
Barrett.
Mario Barrett. This is Johnny from Oversaturated, the podcast. Again,
we know you listening.
I give my deepest and sincerest apologies because I was completely incorrect So again, I do apologize.
Yeah, man.
That's my fault.
Let's talk about another R&B king real quick. He dropped an album on Friday. We got Christopher Maurice Brown with his 10th studio album named Breezy. Johnny, did you listen to any of Breezy?
I did.
Okay.
I got through it
on the first listen, right?
1.5 times.
Oh,
so it would have been 2, but I got caught up today doing other extra shit. So,
that's what's up.
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've encountered another artist that could put out so much quality music at one time. This album is, how many tracks is this?
24.
24 tracks, an hour and 20 minutes. Indigo, I don't remember how many tracks, but the shit was over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Even Indigo, with it being 2 hours, you can just randomly pick a song and play it, and the song was gonna be good. I feel the same way about this album, Breezy. A lot of the music on here is just good music. You can pick a track, play it, and it 9 times out of 10 is gonna be good. Yeah, like that's insane to me that he's able to do shit like that.
Yeah, he has a high volume rate. Like he almost makes songs like rappers do.
Yeah, but majority of his shit be good. Like it's not. I can't. Maybe out of 24 tracks, maybe 2 skips. For me, maybe 2. That's nuts.
I'm about to say that's huge for you. Like I have a different take on this album. I like it, but I don't love it. Right? Because Chris is 33 now, so I'm expecting a little bit more from his albums now. And I just wanted something else because I felt Warm Embrace was going to be something else. But then again, that's just me having my expectations on a different plane for him. And he made the same album virtually just shorter this time around. He made Indigo and Heartbreak on a Full Moon again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So, hey, the song slap. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like these songs. Like I said, I've been through this album twice. So, I was just kind of disappointed there was so many features on the top half. And then toward the end, I was like, okay, now you get more of just Chris by himself. Respectfully, ESTG shouldn't be on a Chris Brown album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I fuck with ESTG. Don't, you know me. But,
I mean, I feel that. I'm not mad at that.
It's like, I like the Wizkid joint. I like where he can, like, Chris can experiment in a different way that, you know, certain other artists Drake can't do. Like, I like the Wizkid joint. I do.
I know. No, I got. No, it's just funny. It's just funny.
But it's like I said, I like it, but I'm not in love with it. Like I'll continue to play songs here and there, but I'm not in love with it. Just like I am with Indigo, just like what I am Heartbreak on the Full Moon. Those albums don't necessarily stand out to me in that way. I don't consider them top tier albums in his discography, but they're good albums. So that's my take of this Breezy album.
And that's probably my one gripe with the album. So again, the quality of music throughout this 24 track album is amazing, right? But out of 24 tracks, you don't really have a few standout records. That's the interesting part to me. So again, the quality of these songs is great, but there's not one that you say, "Oh man, I'm going directly to this because this shit hard." Like
the only one that's like that to me is Warm Embrace. That's it.
Was that the single?
Second single.
Single.
First one was Iffy, which is the last track on the album.
God damn. So yeah, like there's no standout joints. There's no standout joints on her. So it's like, I don't know. That's weird to me. I feel like you always have at least 1 or 2 on the album, but out of 24 tracks, you don't have just one of those. Like, damn, this is my go-to. I'm downloading, making sure this stay in rotation in my playlist. Like, you don't really have that on this. So I did find that to be interesting, but it's definitely something I'll keep in rotation.
Oh yeah, like I keep songs from Indigo, I keep songs from Heartbreak on the Full Moon in rotation. So like I'm not shitting on the albums in that way because the albums have way more good than they do bad. Like you know, it's a good rate of music, but it's just for me as a complete body of work, it's kind of like hit or miss with me.
Got you.
So I want Chris to step into something that he doesn't want for himself, but it's just, and that's how it is with these artists for me. Like I be having visions for them that they don't have for them damn selves.
Yeah, man. I mean, and we've talked about veterans in hip hop and in music recently, and I feel like Chris Brown has gotten to that point. Like Chris Brown been in the game for hellas, right? So he's at a point now where he can just make the music that he wants to make now. He he doesn't have to go and do the experimental shit if he doesn't want to, or if he wants to, he can go for it. So I think that's why we get an ESTG on this album.
Yeah,
things like that.
Yeah.
So he's at a point now where, look, I'm just making music because it's fun. I like it. I feel it. I enjoy it. And I go on tour. I hit my backflips on stage, and I'm cool. I'm good. So,
did you check out any of his Drink Champs interview?
I didn't. I saw it. I have it in my queue, but I didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
Yeah. No, I watched bits and pieces of it. Chris ain't the most articulate nigga, man. God damn. Like, it's like between him and Nori, I'm like, hey.
Let's clap it up for that.
Hold on.
Yo, that shit's so funny.
I was just like, it was only so much of that I could take.
I did see a clip though on Twitter of Nori asking Chris Brown about Verzuz, and Chris Brown mentioning the Verzuz that people have been talking about with Usher, and he mentioned how it would have to make sense for him and Usher. So of course, both of them are legends; they're icons. So Chris Brown himself said he would want to be able to give Usher his flowers while they do the verses. Yeah. But at the same time, he was like, I'm still gonna bust his ass.
Hey, well, this is the thing. How is he supposed to talk? Like, you know,
no.
I'm not saying
yeah.
You're saying that, but like when we get to these conversations in public, like, I mean, what was he supposed to say? Yeah. Like, I know he think this is like this. Usher's clearly big bro.
Yeah.
I think Usher has the more quality songs out of the two. Like, we're talking about like quality hits. Like his hits way more to me. Now Chris,
I'm not mad at that.
Chris got him now. Don't get it twisted. Chris got him. But it's just like, if you put, I don't know, Back to Sleep up against Nice and Slow, which one you taking? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff.
Yeah. But see,
and that comes to my bias, I guess, because I was raised on Usher. I look at Chris as a peer. Ooh. Matter of fact, I look at Chris as like a little bro, like, respectfully. Like, I mean, I'm 2 years older than him.
That's actually that's a good point. But that also goes to show you, like, Chris Brown really has been out for a while. When he came out, we're older than him, but when he came out, he was what, 15, 16, something like that? 16. Damn, that's crazy. Now, in hearing Chris Brown actually talk about it and thinking about the Omarion Mario versus that just happened, I don't think there would be an opportunity for the big bro, little bro conversation in a versus between Chris Brown and Usher. Like, Usher is the big bro. Yeah, we can say that in context, but the music would have to speak. Not saying that Chris Brown is going to overtake Usher in the verses or anything like that, but they both have quality music, and it would be about placement. Neither one of them is going to fault themselves in performance. Both of them are going to perform their ass off. Both of them are going to be able to sing live. Like, I feel like this would be a pretty dope versus to actually watch if it were to happen.
Yeah,
if it were to happen,
that's too much money.
It'll be way too much money
for that. Like,
that shit would have to be, like, literally be in an arena. Like, it would have to be in an arena
easily.
Like that. That's crazy.
Because they was talking about, like, he even brought up like Drake doing a verse, and he was like, "Well, me and bro made two different lanes of music." Like, you know
yeah, right, exactly.
So I mean, it's like, it sounds cool, but I mean, he raps more.
Raps more than Chris Brown.
Yeah. Like, he raps more. Like, he's like, a lot of his albums are classified as rap. Like, you don't get that from me.
This is true. So yeah, I don't think that matchup would make sense.
Nah, it doesn't.
But yeah, I mean, listen, if it happened, I would pay to go to that shit live if it were to happen. But that's not gonna happen.
Before we get off the conversation of music, did you check out anything else over the weekend?
I didn't really get a chance to, because I was trying to get through the Chris Brown joint, but I did download something. Lupe Fiasco put out a new album.
I should check it out. It's all right. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but me actually going to a Lupe album.
I know, right? I'm shocked.
Hey, man,
perplexed.
I know.
But I did download it, so I'm gonna get to it this week. Dear Silas. So this is a I forget what state he's from. He's from the South, but he's a rapper whose music I have for OS Song of the Week. But he put out an album as well. It's called It's Giving Self Love. So I have that downloaded too. So I'm gonna check that out. let's see. You told me about not ESTG. West Side Boogie.
Yeah.
So I got that downloaded, so I'm gonna check that out as well.
Okay.
But I mean, I haven't been able to get to anything else because I've been trying to get through Chris Brown.
Yeah, same here for real. Like I haven't checked out any new projects. There's a single here and there, but we ain't gotta talk about that. Let's talk about this. BET Plus is coming with a new show, new reality TV show. They're actually it's not new, but it is a new ideation. CollegeHill is back for BET Plus. It's actually genius in my opinion. It's the celebrity edition. They're actually using former alumni of said school to be on this show. So we got Texas Southern University. Johnny, what do you think about this?
So I didn't realize that the celebrities that they cast for this went to Texas Southern.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
That's dope.
So we got Slim Thug,
Mm-hmm.
we got India Love,
Mm-hmm.
Dream Doll, Ray J, Nene Leakes, Lamar Odom, Big Frida, Stacey Dash.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a pretty interesting cast, but I feel like, and I think we all will feel this way, but the wild card here is going to be Stacey Dash.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at the trailer for this, like, it seems like everybody is somewhat getting along, but at least how they edited the trailer, Stacey Dash is not like really interacting with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I will probably look at this for the
Now,
drama.
I have to stand corrected. These are not alumni of this.
Oh,
school.
got you.
I just looked up Lamar Odom because I know he's the easiest to obtain. He went to Rhode Island. I was like, hold on. If a known NBA 6-man of the year NBA champion went to HBCU and he went to Texas Southern, I need to
That
see
would have
this.
been, yeah.
I need to go see that.
I got you.
Especially, we rivals with Texas Southern in a
Right.
way. So I was like, no, I need to check this. I need to verify this. So no, they are not alumni.
Okay,
so
cool.
This kind of taints what I thought the show would be.
Oh, really?
In a way.
So tell me what you thought before. You knew
I thought
man.
that all these people went to the school in some way, somehow.
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking like, okay, because that's the idea of CollegeHill,
Mm-hmm.
right? You get kids that go to the school and you put them on TV. That's always been the thing.
But I think with this version, they're taking all of these individuals who maybe went to a different school or maybe didn't go to school at all,
Yeah.
put all of these people at a HBCU and see how they fare.
Now it's crazy, right? Ray J is the top biller, right?
Yeah.
They got him right in the middle. But Nene Leakes is really the splash, right? For those who know, I'm not into Real Housewives in that way. I don't know them. But Nene Leakes built her brand on being a Real Housewife, and she's not even involved with the show anymore. So
Right.
that's why this is an even bigger story, because you got the godmama of all this shit on this show.
Yeah.
So that's gonna bring in the people that fuck with her over here.
Got you. I see what
So
you're saying.
that's huge. Like Bravo didn't cut Nene a check for whatever reason. Like, she's not on the show no more, and she built. There's no Real Housewives of Atlanta without her. Like, it's kind of like it's like there's no Star Wars without Darth Vader. Like, stop playing with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me.
And what I can see with Nene Leakes, like, she was able. I feel like she was able to use Real Housewives of Atlanta to build her brand, because she was on it for hella years, right? But throughout that, she's done a lot of other shit. She was on the fucking Apprentice. Like, she did a lot of shit, right? So through all of that, she was able to build her brand to the point where they probably not even paying her enough.
That's the thing. Her brand is so big.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's one of the bigger reality stars of, like, period.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I
point blank,
can agree
period.
with that. I can agree with that.
I don't watch Real Housewives, but I know this shit.
I know who she is, right? Like, that's how big of a brand she has.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like BET Plus cutting the check. The check had to be huge. Viacom had to pay her.
Facts. No, that's big facts. Then you got Slim Thug, who is a Texas native.
Nah, he's a Texas native. That's what made me think everybody went to school here. I just saw them leave with Slim Thug on here. I was like, okay, Thug on here. All right, cool.
That's pretty funny. So you know what? I don't have BET Plus, but honestly, this would make me buy it so I could watch it, because I'm really intrigued by the people that are involved in this cast. Like, Ray J being pretty much a business mogul at this point. Like you said with Nene Leakes, the reality show star. Lamar Odom, we know everything he's been through in his past, and Big Frida's Big Frida.
Yeah.
I fuck with Big Frida, so just having her on here, and then Slim Thug, somebody that I haven't really seen in Hellas.
Yeah.
Like, for real. I'm not that familiar with India Love or Dream Dog. Like, I know, like, they made music and stuff, but I'm not that familiar with them or their brands or anything like that. So, and then you got Stacey Dash as the wild card, because Stacey Dash is Stacey Dash, right? Yeah. So, I'm thoroughly intrigued by the people that they have cast for this show.
Yeah.
Because who knows how this should go. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows, man? But nah, that's dope, man. Let's stay on this entertainment train, man. We're going to talk about the recent Buzz Lightyear film that dropped has actually been banned in 14 countries. One of them including the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. But it sparked a bit of a controversy, and this is not the first film that's actually been banned overseas due to mention of same sex or even a display of affection from a LGBTQ type of situation. So, Johnny, what do you think about just films being banned in certain countries due to LGBTQ content?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I think it's trash. Mm-hmm. But in thinking about this, there are still countries in the world that are not progressive, I guess I'll say. Mm-hmm. Like United Emirates, Dubai, like all those places overseas in the Middle East, like they seriously still frown upon same-sex couples or basically the LGBTQ plus experience, right? Mm-hmm. They frown upon all that stuff, and they haven't. I guess whoever's in charge over there, they feel like they don't have to accept those types of things. But even with that, just banning this Buzz Lightyear movie, I haven't seen Buzz Lightyear, but they banned Doctor Strange as well, right? Mm-hmm. For America Chavez's two mothers. Mm-hmm. All they did was hold hands in that movie. Yeah. Like, that's all I remember them doing, right? But to ban an entire movie from being shown because of a 15-20 second scene where two women are holding hands is crazy. Mm-hmm. That's crazy to me. So I don't know. For whatever reason, they don't want to be progressive or even accept that type of stuff being portrayed in movie or film.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how do you really approach that?
This is the thing, right? I'm going to present the other side. We're arrogant as Americans. We can put anything that we feel that is progressive in the world in our films that go across the world. We're the biggest producers of film content in that way. So if a country has things in their laws and their rituals or their religion, and we'll get to our religion and all that shit, listen, that's fine. I have no problem with it. Mm-hmm. I don't live over there. I don't know what the culture's like. We speak as Americans on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course it's inclusive and it's progressive here. Mm-hmm. China doesn't have to be that way. You know, they don't have, like, these other countries don't have to be that way. And that's fine because that's their place. Like, we can't tell them how to run things. Yeah, we do that, but we can't tell them how to do things.
Gotcha.
It's a money grab. Like, okay, this movie can't be shown in this country. Now we lose $10 million at the box office on a global scale.
So
like, am I really that upset that this cartoon film that displays, homosexual behavior can't be shown in a third world country per se? Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm
No, I mean, no. I think I'm rolling.
It's like it's trash, but then again, at the same time, okay, is money being lost for a big movie studio? Who made that? Disney?
Oh yeah,
Disney, like
Pixar, all them people.
Disney.
So
and Disney real slick with all that. Disney includes that stuff, but Disney has always been. They've always put in, like, say it with me, like little Easter eggs and little subliminal stuff in movies going back to since the 40s, since when they first started.
Yeah.
So this ain't nothing new.
So I wasn't even. So everything you said made perfect sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's wild they can't. It's wild that they banned it, but so what, right? But I'm not even looking at it from a capitalist type of thing. Not capital. fucking word I'm looking for? I'm not even looking at it from a money grab type of thing. That's not how I'm looking at it, right? I was literally looking at it like people in the United Emirates.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe them kids want to see fucking Buzz Lightyear.
That's very true.
like
that's
the only thing I'm looking at.
That is true. Like it's like we're both saying, like we're not saying the same thing, but I think ultimately we still agree.
We it's like the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Like we kind of meet in the middle, but
yeah. Because I like all these films that we keep hearing about getting banned are Disney properties or Marvel or something of that. And then you know how movie geeks we are when it comes to like box office numbers and this big film, and they did $1 billion globally, and then they're like, why they ban that film over there? Well, look, they don't have to accept that. Like, we don't get all they films. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like I'm telling you, it's the arrogance of Americans. Like, we're arrogant as fuck. Like, yeah,
it's true.
I know we're African Americans,
but
I know we have
Americans
a level,
still in it, though.
but still American. Like, we're still arrogant to believe that we can put anything we want in this film and think that children across the aisle should want to and buy into whatever we're putting in there. No, it doesn't have to be like that. And I hate to use the word propaganda when it comes to my LGBTQ family and sisters and brothers. That's not where I hate that word when it comes to you guys. But it's just when it comes to certain images and stuff like that, everybody doesn't have to be, even though it's a real life thing.
Gotcha.
I know that there are same-sex couples and things like that across the pond. I'm not stupid. Like, this is a world thing. We're still worldly things. But you can't tell nobody like, you can't, like, I don't know. Like,
you can't tell them how to receive it, or you can't force them to want to show it. And I look at it like the Disney's, all these other big movie studios, because
I think
like
Disney,
there are.
I think Disney's performative too, but that's another story.
I mean, yeah. They kind of counteracts what I was about to say.
Oh,
because low key, I agree.
Yeah.
But even at the same time,
Come on, let's debate, baby.
No, I'm saying even at the same time, I think because our LGBTQ family is more prominent and more open and more out there, we're seeing more images of that on TV and film. Yeah. I think Disney is at a point where they're trying to be inclusive. Like, I think like the America Chavez shit in Doctor Strange, I think that like, I don't feel like that was like propaganda, right?
Yeah.
It was just like a quick scene. Like, that's a whole nother universe. That's how they do shit in that universe, right? Now, there are other instances where I feel like there is propaganda, which we can get into in a whole nother discussion. But for the and again, I haven't seen Buzz Lightyear, so I don't even know what they're talking about in that particular movie. But I would imagine that it's not something that is just running rampant throughout the entire film. It's probably just one scene. Right?
Yeah. Usually it's like that. Like, usually they make an uproar about certain scenes. Like, I don't know. Like, I just see it from both sides, and I really see it from the other side. It's like, how dare we tell them what to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what I'm getting at. I'm like,
and I mean, again, I feel like the film was made I don't know, but the film was probably made for Americans, but we gonna distribute it amongst the world just because we're gonna try to get as much money as we can. Now, these other countries, they have the right to accept this movie into their country or not.
That's all I'm saying.
So
that's it.
I got you. No, I mean, and that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. But the way I was thinking about it initially, I wasn't even going that far into it. I was just like, just let the fucking kids watch Buzz Lightyear. That's all I was getting.
But no, it's just like the headline is always going to be, this movie is banned in 14 countries other than us. How dare you project our film? Like, you know what I'm saying? But even though it's a kid's film, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that.
They clearly don't.
This is mine. Like, this is my shit. Talk to me nice.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But this kind of leans into, you know, the hypocrisy of Americans, right? We're so focused on what happens across the pond that we don't necessarily take care of business in-house. The recent overturning of this Supreme Court ruling of Roe versus Wade just happened Friday? Saturday?
Yeah, I think it might have been Thursday or Friday last week.
Yeah, but abortion has legally become a state rights issue, and a lot of states have started to reverse and make abortions illegal in said states. Johnny, react.
Insane. You know the crazy part? like the fact that this was going to be voted on was like leaked weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know if a lot of people thought it was like real. I don't know. But the fact that it was leaked weeks ago means that this is something that has been plotted on for a very long time.
Yeah.
And in order for this to get overturned, what I've been seeing a lot of people say on social media and stuff is that this is because when Trump was in office, he appointed 2 of the Supreme Court.
Kavanaugh and someone else.
Yeah, so because those 2 people were instituted, they were able to get enough votes to like do this. So I feel like this has been plotted on for like 6+ years for this to actually happen.
Probably longer, but I mean, there's a lot of rhetoric out there about this.
Mm-hmm.
The facts are still, developing to me. I'll say this: I'm not all the way in on it. I'm still learning with everyone else, so don't look to me as a voice
expert
on this. I hate that this happened. It does take away a lot of the freedoms from women for unplanned pregnancies and things like that. Like, we're literally in the middle of an economic recession. They haven't said it, but gas, everything has gone up.
You see it in everything.
Like, groceries have gone up. There's no, hold on, how can we be pro-life and there's no baby formula? Like, it's things like that. So you see the games that politicians play all the time, and they play it with the most common people. Mm-hmm. Like, they can print all this money for Ukraine, and we're over struggling. So I'm just not here for it. And then, like, it kind of leans back to, remember we was talking about symbolic wins and gestures. I'm not sure if she was fully appointed yet, the Ketanji Brown.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure. Because
okay. I looked into it, but I don't know if she was fully appointed, and then even if that, how much influence she would have actually had on this. Mm-hmm. But still, that's why I do not care about symbolic wins, because shit like this happens.
Yep. It's crazy, man.
So I don't know. Like, it's like if they're attacking that, and then the rhetoric that goes out there, which I can wholeheartedly believe, because you've heard this about white life being instituted back because of all the babies that were being aborted. So okay, if that's the game that we're playing, what else is next?
Right. And I saw a tweet, and I forget the name of the actual governor that said this shit, but now he said, now let's go and overturn like Brown versus the Board of Education. Mm-hmm. Like, a U.S. governor or senator or whatever his position is, he has one of those positions, right? Actually saying that he wants segregation back.
Well, hey,
that's insane.
Well, we've been pushing for segregation in a way where it just doesn't sound like segregation. The whole black go back to HBCU thing, that's what that is. No, only because
that's
the only reason.
Only because it's not like we shun white people from going to HBCUs, but at those PWIs, we are not cared for as much.
That's why you say go back to HBCUs. That's still segregation.
Not if we not opening up to every. I mean, yes, we want black people to go back, but
no,
if we close it off to everybody else, that's segregation.
Oh, okay.
No. Is it a different form?
Different form.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
Because you can still be black and go to these schools and not be welcomed. Okay. It was happening back then when schools were desegregated, right? But
Mm-hmm.
still, we just talked about HBCUs, right? All the people that went there, because I was just like, hold on, if Lamar Odom went to HBCU, I would know about that.
Right. I mean, yeah.
So if we're pushing for all these black athletes to go back to HBCU, why doesn't that sound like segregation?
Because we want our black athletes to go where they are appreciated and not pimped out for money.
Okay, they'd be pimped out at Jackson State too. Give me another point. Like, we
want our
like, no, I'm just saying, like, I hate that whole we can go back to HBCU things. Like, they ain't getting pimped out at HBCUs either. But okay, carry on.
No, that's a reason here. I gotta sit and think about it.
No, I know, but no, just like that's not a valid argument, because HBCUs still pimping athletes too. You're an athlete.
I am an athlete.
All right, then.
I mean, I played tennis though. I ain't give a fuck about tennis.
But you on scholarship, right?
Yeah, partial.
I didn't. They gave you money to play a sport, right?
Yeah.
I know it ain't. I know tennis is not basketball or football, but still,
Excuse me.
they gave you some money
Yeah, they
to
did.
play a
They
sport.
did.
All right, exploit it, my boy.
But also, and this is me.
Okay.
I personally,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, maybe I shouldn't say this.
No, say
But
it.
I feel like
say it. We already out here, man.
regulated segregation, and I haven't thought too deep into it. Regulated segregation, it will probably be a good thing. But the only issue with segregation, I feel like, is that
The separate but equal was bullshit.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
why segregation has that negative connotation. But I was just like, if you're pushing for all black people to go to school together and whatever, that's segregation. I'm just saying, I wasn't hinting at like facilities and books and things like that. No.
But see that, but in segregation, I feel like that's what's going to come. Like all of all of the black schools will not, because it happened now. Just think about schools in East St. Louis and cities like that. We don't get nearly as much funding as the other, non-black communities. And I feel like if segregation were to happen, it will only get worse.
Well, it depends on how you look at things, right? I just know that when we get a little money, we look to what the white is better or this is better. Like proximity to white is better, rather than investing in said community or said this or said school or whatever.
And with that, because I agree with that, but with that, I feel like that's where segregation will be good for black people, because if we get to the point where we have our own communities, which we have in the past, but they came and bombed our shit.
It's proven to be successful.
A proven concept, right? So,
like, I've heard arguments that segregation actually messed up. I mean, like desegregating black schools and all that stuff kind of messed up black people. In a way, like I've heard those arguments and they do sound very
low
valid.
key, I kind of agree.
Well, hey, we've been pushing all this pro-black stuff, and then I'm still with the whole HBCU. No, I'm still saying, if you're a top-tier athlete, come to HBCU. Baby. I'm not against it in that way, but I just don't want people to think like HBCUs don't run the same game that Alabama does. Like, let's not do it. Alabama just got more money. That's the only thing. But if we're talking the same thing, we want you and your body for this sport, and you're not going to get paid for it.
And see, so. Yes, that's happening, right? Like the athletic department, the football coaches, athletic director, that's their goal, that's their rhetoric, right?
Yes.
But me I was a student athlete, but as a student, a product of the HBCU, the HBCU experience, that's my reasoning for saying, hey, you black athletes, I want you to go to HBCUs. Yeah, the whole sports shit, I know, I understand the practices, all that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, the experience that you're gonna get, fuck the sports shit, because that's gonna come. Especially like the top athletes, that's gonna come. All that's gonna come.
Yeah.
But the experiences that you have outside of said sport, that's what I'm advocating for when I say I would like these athletes to go to HBCUs, and not only athletes, just black students in general.
Okay.
So that's what I'm advocating for.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
That's crazy, man. But no, this Roe versus Wade shit is nasty.
Extremely nasty.
And
we're in a Metro East bi-state type of area. Like, we're right on the edge. Like, Johnny lives in Missouri. I live in Illinois. So Illinois hasn't banned abortion, and they're not going to, because that state is forever blue. But Missouri, Arkansas, Texas,
every state that borders Illinois
on
has
the southern region. Like,
all of them.
Oh, really?
All of them. I saw a
Okay.
map. Yeah, so
Okay.
every state, Wisconsin, all them shits have banned abortion now. And Illinois is the sole state in that cluster that
like, it's gonna be
still,
certain states that just remain blue. It's gonna be like California. It's gonna be Illinois. It's gonna be New York. Maybe another state sprinkled up in the upper east.
Yeah.
And maybe like a Washington or something like that. Like, right. We're not looking at the actual map, but those abortion laws have started to go. Like
so,
like
some
as soon as they passed
some
it,
of those states immediately, because they already had the shit written up.
Yeah.
So some of them states immediately. Some states is going to go in effect in 30 days. So
some went immediately. Like some
Yeah.
people had to cancel their appointments already.
Crazy.
Which is like, wow.
That's insane, man. That's insane.
Like, and that's why I don't really get caught up on that movie stuff. My brain was already here. I was like, man, fuck that movie. Like, on another week, we would have got a whole different argument about that movie stuff.
Real.
But
It's real.
right now,
Nah, it's some real shit going on.
there's some real shit. Man, I give a damn about Buzz Lightyear right now.
Nah, that's real.
Like, kids can't even play with the Buzz Lightyear dog. They getting shot in schools. I know that was harsh to say in that way, but
I mean, it's true. It's true.
It's true.
Damn.
Like, how can I? And then now, my niece and nephew damn near grown, but I don't have children in that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't have kids or little children that I take care of or look after. How can you raise them in this?
Yeah.
So my heart goes out to people that got kids. Like, I don't have children. Like, it's hard enough just being an adult.
Word.
But
Word. No, I agree. That's why
or getting ready to raise a child in this.
Man.
Like, they don't really give a damn about your child in that way. Like,
At
it's
all.
been proven.
At all. And I think the thing that's craziest about this is, so I feel like they're just trying to preserve white life, right? But with that, it's so many other things that comes with it. So with abortions being illegal, like I was reading something and I forget, I should have this shit pulled up, but like, in order for certain things in women's body to like go back to regulation, or if a woman has a miscarriage and she can't get the baby out, she has to have an abortion, or if she doesn't have one, she dies. Like, it's a lot of instances where that type of thing happens. I didn't know about that because I'm not a woman, right? But with this Roe versus Wade overturned,
It's a lot.
like, it's a lot, and that's just one aspect. There are other things that go along with it as well, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing I'm not too well versed on, so I won't speak too highly. I mean, speak too much into that. But yeah, like, it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
And then now you gotta get the medical, like, the insurance companies on board with this too. Like, that's a lot of money that they lost.
Yep. Crazy, man.
A lot. Like, it's big business too.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, OS Gang, we appreciate you guys taking this ride with us down this.
Man, listen,
this was a rough road.
I'm glad we ended with that because I don't know if I could have started with that.
Oh no, that's why we reproduced the show in that way.
No, that's real.
But OS Gang, we appreciate you guys. Johnny, what you got for them?
If you are on YouTube, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us this long.
Yes, sir.
Hit the like, share button, subscribe. Hit the comment section. Let us know what you thought about any of the topics we discussed today.
Yeah.
We'll catch y'all next week.
Yep.
Now, if you are on audio, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
OS song of the week. So, I've been saying how I haven't been outside, and I'm gonna play one of my favorite outside songs.
Gotcha.
This is Young Dro. We in the city.
Oh, okay.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.